Hakim. I have two questions addressed to Dr. Farouk and Mr. Lim Chi. Firstly, I would like to go with Dr. Farouk. You mentioned things about freedom, the freedom of choice. But I'm sorry, Mr. Farid, I have to go on the Islamic because he mentioned some names here which pertains to our religion. So he speaks about the importance of having this freedom of choice. He speaks about Adam and Eve. But then again, he says something about article or case 77. I don't know which code is it, but it sounds like that. I'm no lawyer, but he said that it's an archaic law. Now, isn't the story of Adam and Eve also archaic? Because it's in the past. And also, when you get to the mention of Surah Al-A'raf, and then suddenly he says that, no, let's not go into tafsir, because that particular verse speaks about the excesses of Prophet Lot's people, the people of Sodom. And then he talks about, when he talks about that, I'm asking then why break the verse in the first place? It appears that he's cherry picking, pick this verse, but not this verse. Now, does the verse come into mind? Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu udkhulu fi silmi kafa mean anything to him? Now, to Mr. Lim Chi, before I go into that, he says about the case whether we should repeal the code because it prosecutes political opponents. Now, if that's the basis for repealing that law, let's just repeal every other law that prosecutes politicians. Let's repeal SPRM. Let's repeal every other law that prosecutes politicians. Hell, we can just repeal every other law that prosecutes other people. And let's just live in anarchy. How you say that? And then to Mr. Lim, he mentioned that lying is sinful, but it's not a crime. But what about lying to a policeman, making false reports, or swindling other people's money? Aren't these built on lying? And he goes on talking about how other countries not prosecuting people based on homosexual behavior. You want us to decide for ourselves, but you start quoting examples from other countries. Where are you leading us to? Those are my questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, when I quoted Adam and Eve, because I wanted to give an example about human conscience, right? But I'm not going to dwell into the issues of what had happened in the Quran and so on and so forth. The idea is just to reiterate the point about we having our own conscience and we determine for ourselves to do right or to do wrong, and we have the right to repent when we do wrong. That is the most important thing. And that is what has to be understood. And if you want to talk about Prophet Lot, this and that, then call Ustaz Azhar Idros here and listen to him. No, don't listen to us. Right? And with regard that, because I mentioned that it has to be repealed, because 377 is being used as a political persecution, and he was trying to be clever and saying that, why do we repeal all other laws? Surely it doesn't make sense, isn't it? Because 377 means that why was Anwar Ibrahim being persecuted under 377, saying that under 377B, which is consensual sex, when Saiful Bukhari said that it was non-consensual, that he was being forced, and he made an oath at this Wilayah Mosque and saying that it was non-consensual. Why did the AG chamber formulate the accusation, the prosecution against Anwar to be consensual. So that shows that it has been used as a political instrument to persecute your political opponent. Doesn't that make sense to you? I mean, are you too clever to understand that, or too, I don't know. So it's so simple. Right? The point is that the AG chamber is trying to what we call a perversion of justice. Instead, in that case, they're trying to do, because I was involved in this case from the beginning, and I knew that from the medical examination, there was no evidence of injury. When there is no evidence of injury, it couldn't be non-consensual. It must be consensual. So to make it believable, how do you make it believable? Is to just frame it as consensual. It's as simple as that. You know, rather than trying to frame it according to what has been the complainant accused that it was non-consensual, and it is going to be very difficult for them to prove that it's non-consensual because there's no evidence of sexual penetration. So it was framed as consensual, and that's perversion of justice, and that's why this 377 has to be repealed. It's as simple as that.
I'm sorry if I'm a poor speaker and I didn't make myself clearer earlier. 377 covers the following sexual conduct. Okay? As Dr. Farooq said earlier, it does not distinguish between homosexual and heterosexual. So bear this in mind. So let's go to specifics. Because to answer your question, you're wondering why I say it's arcade. A woman giving a man a blowjob is an offense under 377. Okay? Again, I'm not asking you all to raise your hands. As adults, ask yourself this: have you ever either given or benefited from such a sexual conduct? If not, when you get married or you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it may happen. So ask yourself, do we still want this in our statute books? When I would think that a number of adults, consenting adults, engage in this behavior. So why is it still in our statute books? Of course, some of you may say, aha, answer very simple. Don't repeal it, amend it, and apply only to same-sex. Yes, that may be an answer to address some of the concerns in this room. If you say it should exclude heterosexual, but then you're still left with the constitutional issues of equality and non-discrimination. All right, how do we deal with that? Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. Those of you who study law, you think about it for yourselves. And as to you quoting me to have said, abolish it because it is subject to abuse. No, I didn't say that. I said abolish it because it is archaic. And there have been any number of countries whose names are listed there, which are still thriving civilizations, have not descended into Sodom and Gomorrah, which are still around, which have done away with it. All right? So that's where we're at. And then can I just elaborate a bit on what Dr. Farooq said? Dr. Farooq, sorry. Maybe soon. Okay, so Anwar Ibrahim, I found it really ironic that the complainant and his father projected an image that they are victims, when, as Dr. Farooq said, the charge is consensual. So how can they be victims? You see? So that's why Dr. Farooq was said what he said in such passionate terms, because it defies logic. You consented assuming the activity or the sexual conduct happened. You consented to it. How can you be a victim? So that's why the bar said what he said. You know, the AG shouldn't appeal. And I said that who is Saiful and his father to say AG should, that they are victims? You know? So Okay, I hope you understood that.
I want to respond a bit to both speakers. It's regarding crime. Let's say we do admit, let's say, those who are married, or are not married but you have boyfriend, as Vijay said. But you do those kind of prohibited or criminalized actions in your personal, private room. It's not on the beach, it's not on the road. No one see, no one complain. It doesn't matter because crime depends on the actor's risk. And if it's exposed, it affects the public, there will be prosecution. If it's done in your bedroom, no one see it, no one feel irritated about it, that will be fine. But if you want to prosecute, let's say somebody drinks liquor, I say that you go to selective prosecution. For instance, a family are dealing